And let me welcome you to this week's vlog, and let me also tell you a humorous little story that happened to me recently. Sue and I were at a place near where we live called Clumber Park with my sister Jenny and her husband Dave, and we're enjoying. It's a lovely sunny day. It's a beautiful park, lovely walk around the lake that's there. It's a National Trust property. And I thought, well, let me take a picture. So I got my phone out, and trouble with my phone and maybe yours is that if it's a bright sunny day, you can't really see what's on the screen. So you got to just guess that you're taking the right picture. So anyway, I pointed it where I wanted it taken, pressed the shutter, and did it a couple of times, and thought no more about it till I got home. Looked at the pictures, and lo and behold, I'd taken a shot of myself. The screen, the camera had been pointing towards me, not away from me. So, well, there you go. Maybe we'll go back before too long and take another picture the right way around this time. Anyway, I want to tell you about, one of my favourite sports is athletics. I love to go and watch athletics. I try and be reasonably fit. Now, a few years ago, when I lived in Leicester, I used to go jogging fairly regularly, and I did a programme which is endorsed by the National Health Service here in the UK called Couch to 5K. So the idea is over a period of, I think, about 9 weeks, it trains you up to start as a couch potato. In other words, you don't do much exercise, to be able to run for 5K or about half an hour. And if you download the app onto your phone, there are different people who you can use as your coach. And the one I chose then was Michael Johnson, who used to be a world-class athlete in his day, now a commentator. However, for various reasons, my left knee started playing up and it was quite painful. So I didn't want to cause it more damage. So I had to stop running altogether. Now, since we've been here in Doncaster, past 3 years, I've started going out regularly early in the morning and do a walk, a longish walk, and I've tried to walk 10,000 steps each day, which I've done most days. Anyway, my knee is not causing me any problems now, so I thought maybe I'll try the Couch to 5K program again, which I have done. I'm now in the third week and it's going pretty well. I'm really enjoying it. This time I'm using another former athlete, this time a UK athlete, Steve Cram, as my coach. And I'm really enjoying it, actually. So hopefully I'll build up to the 5K and maybe take part in the Saturday park runs, which happen around the country, a 5K run in a local park. And so that's where I am so far, and enjoying it. It's going well. The knee is holding up pretty good. To be honest, as I've grown, as I've been involved in sport, I've always really preferred the shorter distances, but 5K is okay. I did the Leeds 10K a few times some years ago. Anyway, the point I'm making, or why I'm telling you all this, is that I kind of liken it really to the Christian life, the life of following Jesus. And Jesus makes it quite clear that for most of us, the life of following him, being a Christian disciple of Jesus, is not a sprint, but it's more like a marathon. And a marathon requires perseverance. And there's a few occasions in the New Testament where the imagery of being an athlete, a runner, is used to illustrate a point about the Christian life. For example, the beginning of Hebrews, the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. So there's the illustration there, the image of, certainly when I took part in the Leeds 10K, there were spectators lining the route. And if you've ever seen the London Marathon or any other marathon, there's always loads of spectators cheering on the runners. But some people in the London Marathon and other similar races wear all sorts of costumes, which must weigh them down heavily. And I know someone once did it in diving gear, and it took him ages to plod along and complete the route. But well done for his perseverance. And that's the point that the writer makes. Let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. And there are times in our Christian journey where we're struggling and maybe we feel like quitting, giving up. Let me mention a book I've started reading recently, which maybe I'll talk about more on another occasion. It's called To a Different Drum, written by a lady called Pauline Hamilton, who, cut a long story short, became a missionary in China, and she faced great obstacles, but she pressed on. She was determined to fulfill her God-given calling, to put aside the obstacles. Jesus himself talks about troubled times ahead for his disciples, the times when they're going to face problems and difficulties. But he says the one who endures to the end will be saved. Not give up, but endure to the end. And then in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7, Paul writing this: I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. And let it be our prayer that we find that endurance, that perseverance, that we press on, even when the going is really hard. Don't give up, press on, keep going, so that one day we might be able to say, as Paul said, I've fought the good fight, I've finished the race, I've kept the faith. May that be something we can say when we come to the end of our earthly journey. So my encouragement to you, whatever you're facing, whatever you will face, press on, keep trusting, keep following Jesus, run the race with perseverance. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening today.